Discord was indeed asked. We polled, we asked, we suggested 3 options, and this is the one that won. If you didn't find the poll, shame on you. Go there, subs. You know where to find it. But we're going to go ahead and actually repeat Shadowbolt's list, which was a donation list recently, and we enjoyed it quite a bit, so we're going to be replaying it here. What's up, Calico? On the TV? I don't know about this TV stuff. I'm very much a computer person. Ah, oh well. Grace, you saw it? You didn't vote. So what is this rack, Urza's Karn type of thing? We have mono red prison. You know, we can make mono green. Mono blue is more or less just a control blue list. You could make mono white, and then you have mono black. And mono black is typically this kind of rack or devotion style list, which is what black is known for. You have things like Liliana, and you got Inquisitions and Raven's Crimes. That's a very traditional mono black list in Modern. This one steps it up a notch, and I actually liked the approach to it and what it did step up here. We had, instead of a bunch of racks and your other optional enchantment rack, this one's running 3 racks with 1 rack sideboard, and then it's running 4 Urza's Sagas down here. I'll bring this up here so you can see this. If you're not familiar with this card by this point, you have not been playing Modern. What's cool about this one is it either gets us a piece that we care about, which could be Expedition Map to fix our mana if it's a bit later in the game, a Nile Spellbomb to take care of the graveyard, or a Pithing Needle to take care of a pesky activated ability of some sorts. But then it gets rack. And what's interesting here is if you really put Urza's Saga kind of up here, you actually have about 7 racks. Typically rack plays 8. Oh wait, there's one right here. It's there for Karn. So really this list is kind of playing 8 rack, and that's a pretty standard version of the rack list. And we just do this with Karn and Bridges and kind of these lock pieces as well, making it a bit of a mono black prison with rack finisher style of list and a touch of a toolbox mainboard plus sideboard. Makes it a very interesting one. If the rack plan's not getting there or we need a little extra damage as well, Urza's Saga brings us in with a creature, and we don't have to play the random creature from the graveyard that's sometimes played in rack, or some other smattering of creatures here. Sometimes Bob ends up showing up, or some value engine. So we're good there. No Mutavaults needed either. Looking pretty clean here with what we've got. What's up, Evan? You have a bootleg Twitch app for Roku? Apple TV. I have a Twitch app called like Twitchy or something. It's not very good. Tried to cast Fluffy to the TV earlier from phone. Oh, that works really well for me. The Twitch app is fine. I put Evan up there all the time, which, speaking of, Evan is here. Evan is here. Sideboard-wise, we've been informed you can't get Capsule with Urza's Saga. We figured that out. I've been told Scepter of Fugae or whatever, I'm supposed to go fetch a little bit more often. And then we have typical things that I'm very familiar with Red Prison. So we'll see how this goes. Twitchy doesn't let me like search for people properly. It's like a mess. All right, let's get going. How's it going, Evan? Are we playing Commander this weekend? Getting more pre-con battles in? Evan buying into Monkey is going to be the reason Monkey gets banned. Yep, that is. I put it out there that whatever card I end up picking up next ends up getting banned. I'm like 4 for 4. Lattice into Once Upon a Time. I already own Simian Spirit Guide. Just saying. Who knows what the next one will be? Who knows? Precon would be fun again. Precon would be kind of fun again. I think for the precon one, we almost need to be a little more aggressive. Sometimes with our more not as powered up ones, we like to kind of dance around a little bit and like hit one person then hit another. I think the precon one, you can kind of like eliminate someone and then you won't have enough people to counteract someone else and then they'll take over. But maybe not. Maybe not. We'll have to see. I want to build another commander, and this is a problem. I can't afford all these commander decks that I'll only play once a month. Let's find this opponent. We're trying to. Now, we may have to cut the stream a touch short tonight. We have a guest coming. We've cleaned up the guest room. It's all nice here, but I have to get out of said guest room. We should be here for Friday, just as awareness. But if not, I'll let people know in the Discord. You bought into Oko and it got banned. Never played with my paper Uro and it got banned. I don't... Monkey might just be just enough of a power level that it's going to fly under the radar a little bit. It's powerful, but it can be dealt with. I mean, it's only an X1. I think modern, yeah, I think it's pretty safe. Watching Red White Lockout on match 2 now? That's old. Oh gosh. What am I supposed to do here? Inquisition into Rack Urza sagas. I mean, we can. I guess that's what I'm going to do here. Unban Opal and KCI. I would be surprised if they're going to unban anything ever. It was just published today. Oh, you mean the one with the prismatic splash? It's kind of like sort of not quite Red White Lockout, but yes. Oh no. Belcher, or at least what appears to be Belcher. All right, Inquisition, let's start there. Belcher. So we have a Pact of Negation. We have 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th land. So I need to get Urza's Saga down and delay this as long as possible, which probably means the Desperate Ritual has to go here. And if I can do that, Urza's Saga, get Pithing Needle, stop Belcher. Look at all these cards my opponent has. I'm just going to put them on the other side. Given the Pact of Negation, it's not like they're going to stop me. Expedition map's kind of nice. Play that, play Rack, pass. Let's see if we can... Wait. Oh, I'm like, I clicked the wrong thing. See how it goes. I'm the creator of this Belcher version. Oh. It's gonna get wrecked here. What's up, Ashiok? How's it going? It's a little unusual. I love spaghetti. Spaghetti is great. Spaghetti and meatballs is a fantastic one. Ravioli is pretty good too, and so is a baked ziti. What else is good? My wife likes eggplant, and I like chicken parmesan. I even tried. Oh no, they had the ritual. No, they top decked the ritual. I'm gonna lose. No. Feel like I should concede. I just lose next turn, so. Pasta's great. All right, so what do I have for this list? Cool. Always play Saga turn 1. I mean... Then you don't get the dude. That was the reason to play the Urborg, right, Sale? I have not seen any tweeted decks. I think I just take 2 Collective Brutalities over the Blood Chief's Thirst here. I don't know if there's anything else I want. Let's go. Fayfin, is it a prison list? I like prison lists. This doesn't feel keepable. Not against what my opponent's doing. The Dismember's no good, probably, and the Nile Spellbomb doesn't do a lot. Let's mulligan. We got Sagas. All right. We can keep this one. I'm on the play. I get rid of a Saga. I should be okay here to play Saga on turn 2. I should be okay. We'll Inquisition and follow with Mindstone, Saga, and then Karn the Great Creator. My opponent has a Force of Vigor, which is bad, but not that bad. Here's the prison list I'll love. All right, we'll look after. Put these on the land side, because that's what they're going to do with it. I wonder if they'll get rid of my Mind Stone. I highly doubt it, because they want to get rid of what the Saga's going to go get. Now, they could force... Theoretically, if I put this Mind Stone down, they could force 2 things. You have to exile 1 thing here. I win with Karn, but I got to get Karn down. I'm going to go ahead and play the Mind Stone and offer up 2 things for them to kill. We'll see if they kill him. I could see them killing them here. Be like, oh yeah, I'll eat these 2 things. I hope they don't, but they do. Boom, boom. All right. Well, I need to hit lands. That's not a land. Pass turn. We may die here if they have a ritual effect, because I have no way to get Karn out this coming turn. I need to hit land, ideally. Manamorphose. Shatter Skull. Joxin. Do we have a ritual? They do. All right. I need my Pithy Needle or I lose. All right. Good games. What a great start. What is this? No, I don't like that list. We've already played that list. All right. Moving on. Sorry, Ashiok. Don't like it. Already played it. Done with that list. Not interested. Let's go. Match 2 coming up. We tried it. It just didn't ebb and flow like we like to play Magic. All right, so we needed Pithy Needle. We needed Karn. Maybe I'm supposed to lead with a castle there. And if I get the castle, then I can put the Mind Stone and they maybe are less likely to hit there. And if they're less likely to hit there, maybe I get the Karn down because they're going to wait. Mystic Forge is an interesting card in that list, yeah. It's a bad start to the night. Everyone being here is a great start, and then we just disappoint everyone. That's pretty typical. That's pretty typical. We might have to get ready to queue up something for League number 2. Evan's here. Maybe Evan should get the honors. Evan will probably say monkey. People come here for red decks. All right, we're 0-1. Professor French is 1 and 2. We have things to do with this one. Raven's Crime plus Inquisition. We'll keep 2 Urza Sagas a little questionable. Lantern League 2. Lantern takes forever. Concealed Courtyard and steals something with their own Inquisition. They will steal Inquisition. Lantern would take a while. This kind of gives away what we're doing. Conceal your courtyard, Inquisition. Opponent's got 4 cards. We're obviously going to Raven's Crime here. Go for it. And pass the turn. What do they pitch? A Talisman of Resilience. And their own Urza Saga. Something on turn 2. Thoughtseize to take Karn or maybe Blood Chief or Damnation, depending on if they have creatures. Oh, no. Well, Calico, you got your answer. You got what you want. Oh. I think I just play this on... Codex Shredder, right? Get him. You spoke and typed it into existence, exactly. Then we'll have Urza Sagas on 2, and I guess I'm getting a map with one of these and a Nile Spellbomb with the other. Let's go ahead and kick this one off too. And we'll pass the turn. I have a Damnation that I can clear the board, but I'm going to have more creatures than them, so... Here. I can do that too, opponent. Now I can hit F6. Theirs is going to be a 3-3 because Urza Saga is going to disappear here. Well, it's going to be a 4-4, I guess, because they'll create another one. The battle is on. Literally the second time you said Lantern and showed up, you've learned well. I won't explain how you have obtained this power, but we know you're here often. Osmosis is a great thing. What are they going to go get with this? 0 and 1. I mean, they're going to get an artifact to grow the constructs, but realistically, what are they going to get? Pixis? Okay. They could have gotten Lantern. Oh, they got an Expedition map. I'm not going to block. It's a 5-5. Holy. Now we exile something. And what's funny here is... I get to kind of figure out what's disappeared. I can also go get some racks here and start blasting my opponent. I think that's what we want to do. Spyro. What's up? Welcome. I kind of want to get a rack here. Let's get a rack and follow it up with another rack. Yeah, let's do that. Because I'm killing something anyway with the Blood Chief's Thirst. Bam! Now I can attack for 4. Bam! Other than they felt like they needed to start like whittling me down. Now we've traded off. Look at that. Look at that. And rack happens here. My opponent draws with the map here, so not as powerful. I'd probably go get maybe Expedition map of my own here. Gonna get another Urza Saga. Rogue Goblin, welcome back. 7 months, that's a good one. 7 months in a row, 8 total. Oh. You can't do the decklist command within there. Nightbot doesn't see it. Nightbot's not that special. All right, does my opponent play this card? What are we doing with this card? I'm getting a construct? Came across you on YouTube looking for videos on Naya Enchantress. Glad to finally get to catch you. Like, well, thank you. We haven't even done much Enchantress, and you came by. Thank you so much. What else have you watched since you watched that one? I mean, we have a lot up there. What's up, Evan? It's a good emote you got there. Nightbot needs glasses. Poor Nightbot. Poor Nightbot. 8 Moon Spaghetti was pretty great too. Yeah. Yeah, it was. My opponent's between a rock and a hard place here. They either play the land to get the Saga down, start taking damage with racks, or they hold things and then I start smacking them with big constructs. And that's an aggressive rack. This kind of feels like the red racks that we would play occasionally. No changes, I don't think, here. We actually don't mind the Blood Chief's Thirst here. Yeah, I think it's just submit. Any excuse to slam the Spaghetti Monster. I have one Emrakul in paper. I probably should get a second one, but that's part of the reason sometimes you see me play one. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. But yeah, Spaghetti. Hey, the best part about that list is you can get the cool fancy Luca. Fancy Luca, Spaghetti Mom. I don't even know the other cards in the list. It doesn't matter. There's nothing there. Oh, Planebound. Well, isn't there a full art Planebound? Look, you can get fancy cards for your spaghetti Italian dinner. You could literally build that deck twice and have these kind of like all mismatch, really like super well played, this and that, whatever. You could do that. And then on the flip side, you'd have this like super pristine, ultra foiled out, like all this other stuff. And you can have like fancy Italian dinner, or you can have just like to go. We'll keep this because we have a Karn the Great Creator. That's pretty good. Inquisition and Raven's Crime. My opponent may be looking towards getting a bridge out relatively quick this game, which won't matter. There's a Blood Chief's Thirst. Goodbye, Blood Chief's Thirst. Let's go ahead and take a peek at what's going on over there. They have a Thoughtseize, a Lantern, and a Bridge plus Urza's Saga. Let's go ahead and take that Thoughtseize. Protect the hand. Mismatch, cheapest. Some people are like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Playing Magic should be accessible for all. We got an Inquisition coming here. A Lantern that was played. Bridge Spire. We're on the we don't care plan. Mills of Rack. An Inquisition on top of the library. Because it's an Inquisition on the top, I don't think I have Raven's Crime. I probably just Mind Stone. We'll get this kind of fancier Mind Stone out. And that way I'm going to play Karn and just shut down all of this. Karn down tick to go get Bridge. This Saga might be a problem. Play Spire and doesn't do anything else here. Will they allow me to pick up the Inquisition? They do. We have a Liliana possibly coming here. I could play Karn. This makes two problematic constructs. Let's put a Mind Stone down, Inquisition, and Raven's Crime here. We're milling Lily. That's fine. You can... I don't think I care about Ancient Stirrings. What if I gave them Bridge here? Like Ancient Stirrings and get rid of Ravens? Yeah, let's do that. You can have that Bridge if you want. I'll let you decide if you want that Bridge. They got rid of Bridge. All right, so they have an Inquisition. They have a Pixis coming as well. I have two Mind Stones. Theory is I can Karn uptick a Mind Stone and use it as a blocker. We might do that. I'm kind of curious what they're going to go get with the Saga here. There's an Abrupt Decay. It's not going to be there momentarily. All right, so we have 5/5s. I may... I could naturally draw a Bridge, which would be nice. They go get a Graph Digger's Cage. That's kind of all right. Damnation would be good. Not that they're going to give me any of that. So go up to 6 and then it could die. My opponent has... No, they don't have an Abrupt Decay. I didn't pay attention to what they picked up. And if we go get Bridge here, my opponent's got that covered too. I almost need just something to get out of my hands. I could get Bridge, but that's they've got that covered. So let's give ourselves the most amount of time here. You're rooting for Lantern? That's all right. So we're going to be able to kill one of these. They get in the Karn. I'll have 2 Mind Stones to try to play around the Codex Shredder. Unless they just go my face, but I doubt they go my face here. They go 2 here, which is smart. So that buys us even an extra turn, which is nice. 2 Codex Shredders. Opponent's got it pretty well locked up here. What's up, True King? Raven's Crime. And pass the turn. All right, I like that they're milling here. Pithy Needle, I don't need. I hope they mill again. They do. Now we have a window where I could like pick up something off the top. A swamp is not it. Pithy Needle of their own. New Codex Shredder. It's going to be really hard to get something here, but we're going to go for it. Obviously going to kill one of these. Let's go ahead and pick up the swamp right now. Oh, another swamp. Another swamp. All right. We'll concede there. I can't get beyond that swamp to kill this last construct. All right. We will be on the play. Ooh. I don't really think there's much to bring in here. We'll just go with it. Bridges are good. Bloodchief's Thirst not bad. If I get the early Pithy Needle, I honestly probably just name Urza. Let's play first. Karn's not a bad thing to see here. We're going to keep. Let's give it a shot. A lot of discard. That's what we want to do. Opponent mulligans to 6. Are they going to go to 5? By the way, props to True King for using one of our follower emotes. Those don't get used very often. I'm allowed to use them now too. Twitch fixed that. They're so kind. They weren't about that earlier this year. All right, we got Pithing, Lantern, and Pixis. And a random Prismatic. I guess I take the Lantern. Be like, go for it. Go for it, opponent. I don't care. Pixis. Can't cast Prismatic Ending. We got these Pithy Needles. Pixis is away a card that I don't know what it is. Let's go ahead and let's start with a Raven's Crime. They'll get rid of whatever they don't care to have. Ancient Stirrings is what they got rid of. Let's rack. I don't really care about the Pithing Needles right now, and the Prismatic Ending's not castable. My opponent's got to find a land. Ooh, Urza's Saga. All right. Plays one Pithing Needle. Gonna name what, Karn the Great Creator here, because they've seen that, or Liliana. Names Liliana the Veil. All right. They can play the other Pithing Needle here. I mean, they really could. It's an option. Pixis is a random card. Play Urza's Saga here. I could have gotten them empty-handed. I've chosen not to here to go ahead and get rid of one more card here. Kind of tempted to just take the Pithing Needle. I know this is not castable. Let's do it. Unless they find a land here, they're also not getting the Urza Saga token. Oh. Oh, they found another one. Pixis is away. We get to the 4th here. Just a Prismatic Ending to beat here. So they can get 2 creatures. I mean, I just play a bridge here, right? Even if they got the Prismatic, they can't immediately do that. Prismatic's looking a little bit scary. I think I bridge here. Bridge, I can like stop an expedition map with this if that's what they go get to unlock the Prismatic Ending. Karn for Rack. I think bridge to save myself. Karn for Rack if I draw a land. I can Raven's Crime the Prismatic Ending too. I might even just get another Rack here with the Saga. Like I can get a Rack and play Karn. Follow up bridge, and so I have 2 bridges against the Prismatic Endings. Like if I had a land, I could Raven's Crime too to help the Racks. There's the expedition map we thought they might go get. And they may just take care of this Rack here with a Prismatic Ending. Then I just go get another Rack, right? Spire. Played. Prismatic. Gets rid of Rack. This is where I could just go get another Rack. So is that what I want to do? I don't know. Okay. Float mana. Do I just all Racks here? Just Rack. I could play Karn and get another Rack. Or do I play the second Rack now? I don't know if I'll be able to play Karn. They might have a discard spell. You want to Rack now? You don't want to Rack next turn? I mean, I can't. I'm gonna go against that and get a Karn down and get another Rack. If my opponent happens to have 2 Thought Seizes or whatever, good on them. We can even get the Rack over here that was exiled. You know what? Let's do that, and then we'll have triple Racks. Just get the Rack that was exiled by Prismatic Ending, and then we'll get the one from the sideboard. Karn also shuts off some of these things that are happening. Now, my opponent might go get another Pithing Needle here, which is fine. It's kind of almost expected at this point. Yep, that's fine. All right, Karn, the Great Creator, has shown up here. If I recall, we don't really have a way to get rid of the Pithing Needle, do we? All right, Inquisition for starters. Let's take a Ancient Stirrings replaces itself. You can have a lantern, and then we'll rack and rack. Woohoo! Look at those racks. Just to the left of the bridge, in the middle, and on the right. Take a chunk of damage, opponent. Discard spell? I'll play an extra bridge. It's always good. Rack 'em. Get thunked. Down to 4. My opponent's not going to obviously play anything here. I need a discard spell or I'm in trouble. Technically 1 with the Raven's Crime. My opponent is going to 1. I need a land or another discard spell, I believe. I believe this is 3. And my opponent concedes. Opponent concedes. Rack attack wins. We were going to hit a bridge, so we were actually not going to hit the answer. My opponent could have possibly. We would have had to stack up a few Thoughtseizes. A couple castles might have made that happen. There you go. There you go. Would have taken my opponent a long time in order for them to get anything that they could play, because the Spire, to cast any of their colored spells, would have cost them 1 damage. It is a donation list that I have opted to play again, radio copy. And it did well, and we have put the video up on YouTube, and we're doing it again. Sometimes your donation list gets played again if I enjoyed it. After all, I choose the lists. Only a donation chooses the list occasionally. But that's where it came from. Shadow Bolt put this one together. Said it was doing well in their local meta, I think. What's up, KM Draven? I've been good. I wish we were a League of Legends streamer sometime so I could just play Kled all day. You just got to find the YouTube video that says, so you want to main Kled. Yes. Need to donate to see more scales. Why, Uncle DB, would you do that to me? I would play it. It would be rough, Uncle DB, but we would play it. You didn't make a prediction, by the way, Uncle DB. We're already 1-1, and you made no prediction. You don't know what the... Oh, I thought you were Cam Draven, because Draven. This hand makes me nervous. 3-2, thank you later. This hand makes me a little bit nervous. We're going to keep it. I can Raven's Cry, follow Urza's Saga with the Mind Stone. You know, got a little something going, but not a lot. Blood Chiefs might be really good here. All right. Ooh, Inquisition's a touch more tempting, but killing this is tempting too. I'm gonna kill the creature. The creature's dangerous. We have to keep our life total pretty high against blue-red. Oh, it's a film reference. Okay. Oh no, Dashing Monkey. Well, the monkey's gonna go back to hand and I can Inquisition it. A monkey opponent finds a Raven's Crime. Interesting. I'm actually glad that's off the top of my library. Thank you, monkey. What a swell guy. That might indicate what we're playing. They let it go. They let it slide. Let's go ahead and do Castle Lochthwain. I'm not going to do Mind Stone now. I want to go after their hand a little bit more. Let's Raven Crime them, give them the choice. And then we'll Inquisition Monkey away. Opponent Thought Scours, okay. Gets rid of Monkey. All right, do you have a second monkey over there? Let's go take a peek. What do you got? Extra monkey. He was hiding. He was hiding. All right, my opponent's got some counter magic here. Luckily, we've got some Urza Sagas to get around that. Let's see if we get lucky enough to do something with them. Expressive Iteration for my opponent, putting a card to hand, exile, and on the bottom. Yes. In paper, you sort of resolve all the options at the same time. On Magic Online, you must pick the correct order. Scalding Tarn has been found. All right. There's a Saga. Do I care about playing this Mind Stone? Or do I just want to, like, Raven's Crime? I probably care enough to at least Mind Stone here. And then we'll Raven's Crime from hand. And then we're going to just go full out with the Urza Sagas here. Got to take all the cards. We're trying. The Ragavans down here again. So many Ragavans. They got rid of Archmage Charm. Okay. You got it, opponent. We're going to make so many tokens here. Expressive Iteration, numbered dose here. Counterspell Archmage Charm in my opponent's hand. Luckily, we avoid these. How you doing, Last God? There's another Scalding Tarn. The crow is 27 years old. Dang. Dang. All right, let's make my opponent discard first. Okay. Pithing Needle. Flooding's okay here. We have Urza's Sagas. Gonna pop the Scalding Tarn. We'll see if they counterspell or not here. If they let it resolve, I just name Fiery Islet. It's the only thing I've seen. Decides to counter. Okay. We'll play our land here. And we'll go ahead and make this token. Give me the ability. I guess we'll wait until it's their turn. Then we can make it. Serum Visions. Bobble. Archmage Charm, unknown card. Let's make a dude. Make a dude. Let's make a dude. I could go... Maybe I just go get Rack here. Rack, or do I get a Nile Spellbomb? I guess Rack's funny because they could Archmage Charm that. Nile Spellbomb I can at least activate. Let's do Nile Spellbomb. Nile for Murktide's not a bad reason either. Gonna go ahead and swing. I almost expect my opponent to take it with Archmage Charm. They do not. They're gonna be dead soon. They're gonna be dead soon. Gotta use that bobble, right? I'm about to make 2 more constructs. Look at this. Look at this. See, Rack would be in trouble. Rack would put a Rack down, and then Archmage Charm would be like, scoop, mine. We're here, we're like, this looks good. Oh, did they find Murktide? Maybe I should have done this earlier. Like, this doesn't bother me, though. I'm going to present lethal. I'm about to present lethal. Top of the library is 8. I don't believe I want to play Karn here. I just make another and then swing. Is that right? Hold on. Oh, I don't have a rack. I have to look at the wording. Correct. You're correct. Still would be funny. Ley lines? Would stop Murktide, right? That'd be fun. Stopping Murktide seems like a good idea. Collective Brutalities don't look the worst here. Kills Tiny Monkey, doesn't kill Big Darcy. Blood Chiefs looks fine. Thoughtseize are fine. Pithy Needle is probably the worst card here. Damnation, okay. Dismember's alright. Bridges look good. Nile Spellbomb could probably be taken out if we're swapping for Leyline, but I could also use that with the Urza Saga here. Maybe Collective Brutality is just a little too aggressive. But it is a removal and spell. I mean, it'd be great to have a Leyline and then it stops the Murktide. Murktide's probably the most problematic card to see. I like all the Lilianas. This Dismember doesn't like, I don't know. Let's cut 2 Raven's Crimes, 1 Thoughtseize. Most of the stuff I wanted was below 3 or below 4. Pithy Needle can come out. I need 2 more. I could take 1 rack out. I don't feel like my opponent's going to necessarily be empty-handed very often. Let's take out the Mind Stone. Just kidding. That's a bad idea. Let's take out the Damnation. It's probably too hard to cast against my opponent with the counter spells. Leyline of the Void kind of replaces the Damnation in that it gets rid of the problematic Murktide. I'll keep this. Turn 1 map, turn 2 Mind Stone rack, turn 3 bridge. All right, Calico, take care. There's a monkey. Can I kill monkey? Blood Chiefs. No Blood Chiefs. Map and play, pass turn. A little Fiery Eyelet, getting in. Does 2. It was a swamp on top. Let's play a Saga here. Let's go ahead and play our Mind Stone. See if my opponent wants to counter a Mind Stone. They do not. How about a rack? How about a rack, opponent? It's another artifact. Might just hold on to Expedition Map at this point. Anyway. I'm going to play a Mishra's Bauble. Uses Mishra's Bauble and attacks us for 2. Top of the library shows them a swamp. And they draw. Thoughtseize for us. Okay. Well, I'm probably good with playing a Thoughtseize here and then using Urza's Saga. See if we get the Thoughtseize through here. We do. Okay. Wow. Extra monkey. Don't care about that. We have an Unholy Heat, which is going to do 2. So I need to take the Bolt here, which does 3. It's kind of an interesting hand. We'll pass the turn here. We've got Urza's Saga making a duder. Thought Scout. Thought Scour. Obviously. What are some of the stuff they're milling? Expressive, some lands. Hope they didn't need lands. I guess they don't. They got monkey. Rack doing rack things. Prepping to block. EE on 0. Okay. I will still make this. Because if they pop now, they lose their treasure as well. Which I assume that's what they're going to do here. And I'll just play another saga. They should use the treasure for this. Good job. All right. Opponent gets in here. That's fine. Top of the library for them is a Leyline of the Void. They're not interested, nor can they cast that. No Leylines for you. 3 mana for my opponent. All right. Make a construct. Go get... I guess we'll just get a new rack. Nile Spellbomb is a redraw. Not looking really to redraw here. I'm basically just going to get another Urza Saga here. And I'm tempted to pop this map. I might wait, though, a turn. That way I can get another construct. Fiery Islet cycled here. Rack, rack. Let's say hi to Draven's wife to show her power of the interwebs. Was me reading that enough? Or do I need to say hello again? I don't believe Urza Saga is the only reason rack style lists are playable. A lot of Mishra's Baubles floating around. I would probably play Black Prison, sporting Karn in the rack list anyway. If you were to go for it, you just have to play more rack effects. She smiled big. Excellent. Excellent. Cam Draven said they will do the dishes tonight. There you go. Look at that. Streamer has all kinds of power. I'm going to soon lose Cam Draven to not watching anymore. All right, we're floating double red here for something. Ooh, Shattering Spree. All right, what are the targets, opponent? We are targeting Construct and... She said deal. What are you going to do? Hit like rack here? Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Go for it. You got it. At this point, I will use the map. And then we'll just make as many constructs as humanly possible. I'm going to do it now here so I don't lose the saga. I already have a castle, so I don't need another thing here. The other thing I could do here is just play a bridge. Land and bridge. That way my opponent has to, like, hit me in the face. It's not a very good one. We're gonna just make another saga. This means the Unholy Heat in their hand will get out of their hand. We are taking quite a bit of damage from Monkey. I'll make them use it now. Bam! You got it, opponent. Ragavan doing the Ragavan things. They find Karn the Great Creator and can cast. This is a really bad thing to see for us. This is exceptionally bad because it gets rid of my bridge if they were to play it an uptick on bridge and bolt it. It would stop Mind Stone, but not because I'll just cantrip the Mind Stone. This is kind of nerve-wracking. Power of Discord's pretty powerful. Oh gosh, they played Karn. They played Karn. That's a dead card. Okay. I highly doubt they have artifacts. Would I rate your mishmash of class dinner? That's not Discord, though. Oh, they just made Rack a creature. They're going aggro. I don't believe I have a pithy needle anymore. I guess I'm playing the Mind Stone, and I have the Nile's Spell Bomb, which just pumps at this point. Basically, I'm just trying to make the construct super big. That's all I got. That's all I got. Karn. It's the new Karn build, ladies and gentlemen. Murktide Karn. Evan's probably really excited to see this. All right, I have a blocker for Ragavan at least. Let's see if they have another removal spell for the construct. Serum Visions? Why is Evan in a dark place? What? Did all the lights go out, or do you mean actual dark? Oh my gosh, he's in the jungle. This must be a tough decision on the top of the library. Two cards to the bottom. Two cards to the bottom, one red mana and one or double blue available to our opponent. Makes Rack a creature. Does not attack. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Make another construct here. I'm out of things to go get, so they're not going to get any bigger here. I'm going to play our land. I know they have another monkey. Do I just like Bloodchief Thirst the Rack and swing? I'm afraid of an Unholy Heat here. Let's go ahead and kill their monkey. Or attempt to. They could have Counterspell here. But I guess if they have Counterspell, the construct's clear to go in. And now I will attack. I'm not as afraid of a Dashing Monkey here. I'm going to go hit or attempt to hit Karn so that I can unlock some draws here. Damage resolves. Karn's at 3. Opponent puts a Snapcaster Mage into play. Rack does its thing. We got Racing in Ragavan, probably. Serum Visions. I'm at 8. It's kind of healthy. How many sagas have I used? 3? Tell me I'm running out of cards. 2 cards to the bottom for my opponent. Dashing Ragavan, I'll obviously black that and take 2. They can, or take 3 because of the rack if they wanted to. They can also put things in defensively. Darcy's in defensively, as is Monkey. No attack. Another Mind Stone. That makes these 5/5s. One, two, three, four, 5 swing back here. I'm going to play a Mind Stone here and swing with 1 construct and see if I can clear the Karn. If I can clear the Karn, that opens up enough to play Leyline or to play Bridge and hold up Nile Spellbomb draw. Looks like we're chumping. Just kidding. Chumping with a Monkey. I'm actually really happy if they chump with Monkey. Bridge versus Rack feels like a catch-22. All right. Just going to have 6 through this turn. I don't think I have a lot to do here other than watch them give me big hugs. All right. Rack is enabled. Getting hit for what appears to be 3 damage because I'm going to block here or here. Maybe I block. Oh, Monkey. Oh, my opponent's going all defensive on us. I'm going to go attacking Karn again here. This game's gotten very strange. I will probably play Leyline of the Void, though I could theoretically play Bridge. If I play Bridge, no one's attacking, so how are we winning the game from there? We lose the game through 3 bolts. We've already ditched a bolt. I find another Karn. Could we win from there? Possibly. This Karn would be impossible to kill, but it's not going to do a whole lot more. We lose to Archmage Charm at some point here. I lose to a Shattering Spree pretty easily. I'm going to give myself options next turn by not playing Bridge. I lose quicker to a Bolt by doing it this way, though. There's the Archmage. Yeah. So it's a 1/1. It's like not the worst. But now I'm going to take damage off Ragavan here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go to 2, and now I die to 1 bolt. If I play the Bridge there, they probably just counter it, though. I sense we're losing this game because of Karn. We're going to go get a Chalice of the Void. All right. I think we were betrayed by Karn. That makes Construct a 2/2. 2, 4, 6, 7. They're about to make it a 3/3 here. Top of the library is a... Oh, no, it's an Inquisition. All right, we can see it before the hand is revealed. Well, Karn. Karn. We'll bring Damnation back in here. I'm going to take out one Raven's Crime. I'm not going to bring the Pithy Needle in for my opponent to get my Karn. It's not happening. Pithy Needle on a Scalding Tarn might be hilarious, though. Alright, let's play first. Alright, we'll keep this. We have a discard. We got some Lilianas for Edict effects. We've got a kill spell. We can get rid of Monkey. We can get rid of whatever we want. No Leyline this time. So, Nile Spellbomb might be worth getting at some point. Inquisition. Alright, what do we got? We have Bobble Bolt, Expressive Thought Scour. Well, I guess I'll take the Expressive. It's the card that does the most. Card that does the most. Spire Bluff, Mishra's Bauble here, no other cards. Let's play Swamp past turn so I can play Liliana out since I know they have no counter spell. And then we'll worry about Saga. Or maybe Karn. Thought Scour was played. They do go over a Shattering Spree and a Lightning Bolt. Good for us, not for them. Extra Spire Bluff and no action from my opponent. I'm going to just play extra Swamp here. Do Liliana, uptick, and I might just get rid of this Bloodchief's Thirst at this point. You could say, well, get rid of the Liliana of the Veil. I think they're gonna go after this Liliana with lightning bolts. So I'd rather have a backup Liliana here. Do I have a Tormod script sideboard? I do. There goes one bolt at Lily. One bolt at Lily. Fiery Islet. Ragavan attack Lily. All right, no treasure. Doing the Ragavan things. Serum Visions. If I get a Thoughtseize Inquisition, I'll happily play Lily plus Saga plus that, and maybe not even uptick. Bloodchief's Thirst. Go ahead and go Liliana here and uptick. See if the monkey wants to play with Liliana again. We'll get rid of the Bloodchief's Thirst. Flooded Strand for my opponent. Ragavan, 3 unknown cards for them. The 4s. Let's see where this goes. Goes at Liliana again here. Is Magic Online lagging again tonight? Alright, and they play a Dragon Rage. Let's make them lose something here. Trying to decide if it's worth Karn down tick and like get rid of the graveyard here. It could be. Or do I want to make 2 tokens? I don't think I want to make 2 tokens this time around. Let's do Karn down tick, Tormod's Crypt, get rid of the graveyard right now. Cool. Graveyard been snatched up, we think. There we go. Graveyard gone. Okay. Now what? You gonna dash in Ragavan again and hit Karn once here? Seems to be the thing you're doing. Dashes in Ragavan. Ragavan hits... hits us. Or going for us, at least. Okay. Finds a Blood Chief's Thirst. Luckily, we can't be hurt by that. They have just Bolt. Land and picks up Ragavan. Looks like we're going to get a Karn here. All right, that's not a very good card. We could definitely Liliana. Might just be better to Liliana here. We should be floating the mana. So that way I could actually use the Nile Spell Bomb. Small misplay. All right. Opponent discards, we discard. They've got Ragavan, we've got a Karn. 3 mana too. Archmage Charm's gone. We have Ragavan, unknown, unknown. 2 mana Ragavan. Is that what we're doing? Oh, expressive. Okay. Expressive's gonna likely give me a chance to play like a bridge down. Because if they want to play anything else here, they won't have a counter spell. Because we know they don't have... Well, I guess they could have force with the expressive. That would be all their cards, though, at that point. It's a Bobble. Bobble does nothing. Okay. Speedy Ragavan. Speedy Ragavan it is. Taking a point of damage here. Now where are you going, opponent? Goes after Karn, finding that the biggest threat. Deciding against it, going after Karn. And completes attacking with Karn. All right, top of the library for us. A land is not bad here. So Karn would go away if we down tick here, meaning they would have Bobble. Let's go up with Liliana before we decide anything else. They're creating some suspense. Sort of a land. Let's get risky here a little bit, and let's actually go up on our Nile Spellbomb to create a blocker for Ragavan. We can block and use, or we can block and kill. If they go after the Nile Spellbomb, fine, I'll pop it, but then they're not going after Karn with like a bolt, so give it a shot. There's only 3 cards in the graveyard so far. I think I've got to let that go. There are still 3 card types. Plays Monkey. Going to pop this to draw a card. Oh, bridge. Now I don't have to go down with Karn. Okay, so land. Let's go ahead and have Ragavan die here. I don't want Ragavan sticking around. 1, 2, 3, bridge. Down tick, because 3 wasn't much different than 1. Let's go get a liquid metal coating here and start shutting off my opponent's lands. Let's see if we can close it out this way. Okay. There you go, opponent. This is what I like to do. And they're done with us. They're not interested in continuing on here. Top deck, who knows what it'll be. Liliana, Karn, Bridge, and Liquid Metal Coating, getting it done. Hey, Leyline of the Void. That wouldn't have been too bad either. We take him down, beating down Blue-Red, Murktide, with Karn's Urza Rack Prison. And we took a bunch of hits. My opponent went after the Planeswalkers. Was that the right decision? I mean, you can't let the Planeswalkers get out of hand. You're dashing in a monkey, though, so the Liliana's not that important. You're kind of getting an extra card from us. Most of the time, you can't play that card, though. I don't know. I don't know if they made the right choice at going after our Planeswalkers or not. Either way, we win the game. Next match. Bloodchief's Thirst hits more creatures and Planeswalkers. Oh, Wednesday. You're so halfway through the week, you know? All right. Antonio MTG is our opponent. 1-0. We're 2-1 currently. Let's play first. Ooh, this is not a good hand. Not a good hand for us. We're going to look at this. If this was a black source and we had maybe one other black source, maybe. But one source and not black. All right. We'll keep this. I'll probably ditch a Raven's Crime. Actually, let's get rid of the Nile Spellbomb. And we'll start with a Thoughtseize. See what's going on. Prismatic, expressive. All right, I'll take an expressive here. The Prismatic gets rid of our rack. With my opponent's card draws type of cards here, they're probably not going to be very empty-handed anytime soon. All right, Dismember looks okay here for, say, an Omnath. Looks like something they potentially could have. Let's go ahead and double down on Raven's Crime here. Misty was played. We knew about that card. Now they're going to want to hold on to that Prismatic ending. Twitch failing to notify you. I got the notification. It tells me my dashboard for mobile is live or whatever. That's what it ends up telling me. Attempting to Raven's Crime number 2 here. Magic Online being a little slow, and we'll pass. We'll probably see just like Hallowed Fountain hit the bin. Oh, they get rid of the Prismatic Ending. Okay. Again, they'll probably have plenty of cards in hand. I'm very afraid of a Renin 6. Renin 6 kind of just messes up our entire strategy. Another reason to play Blood Chiefs. Wooded Foothills, one of the draws. Probably going to fire off an expressive iteration. Maybe not. Please don't be Renin 6. There's a Triome. And a Triome. Where's my Blood Moon? Alright. Urza Saga Bridge Pass, probably. Hope my opponent has to attack us and it's not a spell, escape shift style list. This does feel a little bit awkward to do this and then have the option to make little creatures. So, what will they do here? It starts with expressive. If they get a land, they can play that. What's crazy is you can play the exiled card. It's not like you could, it's not a cast, it's actually play, which allows you to get lands in the exile and put another land in your hand if you wanted to. Pretty nice little interaction there. Supreme Verdict is exiled. My opponent's going to begin combat in second main without playing a land yet. There's that Hallowed Fountain. All right. Could Inquisition. Probably better than using Saga, just to get more information. After all, my Saga's not really hitting them. Good job, me. Okay, so Teferi and a Manamorphose. We'll take the Teferi. We can't really... I say we can't really deal with the Teferi. We can, but they'll bounce like Bridge before we do that and get an extra draw. It's similar to Manamorphose, and it kind of stays there the whole time. Or this, say they get an Omnath here, we could actually hit the Omnath. Stomping Ground, sideways. Map was sort of what I wanted to go get. So now I'll go get Pithing Needle named Teferi. I don't know if Rack is the right play here. We're not really making them discard. This does make my construct a 3/3, and that is okay because I can't really play anything else. I'll draw a third card here, and then I'll be able to attack. We might just have to start beating down with a construct here. My opponent skips their turn and doesn't play a land. And for 3... play a land, play the Expedition map, and then we can crack this for another Urza Saga, which doesn't seem like a terrible idea right now. Not a terrible idea. Drawing will shrink construct, and when drawing, or not drawing, searching, we'll also get something extra off the Urza sagas. They might be. They really might be Last God, which in case our bridge is doing a lot more than we think it is. I was thinking Scapeshift Omnath, but it's possible. All right, pop expedition map here. I could go get a castle instead of an Urza saga, which would allow me to draw some cards. Maybe we just throw a castle into our hand. I don't know if I need another Urza saga. We're not racking them out, obviously. Little Urborg. In for an additional 3 and pass the turn. We'll play castle. Oh. Pledge of Strand. Breeding Pool. Tapped. All right. We have for 3, play a castle, pass the turn. Feeling fairly confident I want to draw with this castle. We could start making our constructs a 4/4 if I drew an artifact. Prismatic Ending here is going to end our attacks if that's what they have here. Having them tap for white makes me think that's the case. We can also draw a lot more lands and start Ravens criming our opponent a whole bunch if we wanted to. We do have 2 of them in the graveyard. Opponent's considering this Prismatic again, it looks like. Oh, it's 4 mana. Supreme Verdict. Okay, you got it. You got it. Plays that Sacred Foundry finally. We got Manamorphose. And 3 unknowns. It almost makes me hope I flood out here so I can just Ravens crime them to death. Take a little bit of damage here to draw a card. Well, I did ask for it. Land? Do I want to play this land? Let's start with the Raven's Crime. Urborg. Do mismatch because of the different frames. My opponent gets rid of a mountain. My opponent gets rid of a Temple Garden. I'm going to play the Urza Saga. If we flood out a little bit more, a rack could be actually worth it. Your move, opponent. Manamorphose, 2 unknowns. 1 unknown. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We gonna tap for this Manamorphose? Alright. You got it. You got it. Draws a card, makes blue red. We had a land here. I'd almost be super tempted to try to get another land for the Raven's Crime. Prismatic Ending, 3 colors here, getting rid of Bridge. Bridge has been devoured. Yeah, they want to attack. That's what they want to do. Liliana's like good, but I want to hang on to this Dismember. I feel like I'm going to need this Dismember. The dragon is what? I need the power and toughness of the Dragon Judge. It's a 5/5. That's what I thought. Urza Saga might just be like what wins this game. So it may be just smarter to play Urza Saga. We'll do the Urza Saga this turn, and then I will hold Dismember up and do the Urza Saga, and then we can do the Urza Saga again, holding Dismember, start attacking them. And then if they ever play the dragon, then I can Dismember it away. Okay. That's fine. I can get rid of that. Now I like my line a whole ton. I love my line a whole ton here now. Alright, make a little construct here. Do we draw land? We do not, but I do draw Raven's Crime. I can't dismember this. This has protection from monocolored. That's why we're thinking here. I'm going to go get Rack here. We're going to go get Rack. I, of course, didn't float the mana again, but the line I want to take doesn't matter. We're going to Raven's Crime my opponent and Liliana down tick the general. Then attack for 3, and then Rack will be online here. It does make us susceptible to the dragon briefly here because I didn't float the mana. And if I get punished for that, then you know what to do. In for 3. We'll hope they don't draw dragon exactly here. You don't think they play the dragon? I mean, we don't know. Hey. Thanks, Last God. Yeah, Logical didn't have one. My opponent casts an Omnath here. We win. Yay. Aspiring Spike Brew? That's fine. I don't know that. I don't watch Aspiring Spike every day. Did my opponent find a land? They did. So we don't win yet. My opponent has made it an interesting game. You've stopped watching Daytime Magic? That's fair. Oh. Go ahead and cast with Kicker here to kill Omnath. They're going to fetch here to gain 4 more life. They'll be up at 12. We'll attack for 3. The Rack's hitting them as well. It's a 2-turn clock. I think if there was a way to hold up the Dismember as well, I probably would have done it. I'm going to hold Dismember here. I think it's better than upticking with Liliana here. We'll hit for 3 past turn. Rack trigger. Down to 6. They need... I guess the general here would be a reason to uptick, because then the Dismember wouldn't kill the general. That would be maybe one reason to do the uptick there. Okay. So we take him down in game 1. What a game. We're mono-colored. we're mono-colored, which doesn't bode well for general. I think I'm just submitting. Got the Damnation. I do like the Dismember still in the Lilianas. Really, we're just looking for probably like Pithy Needle again, racks and bridges if we can. Not maybe immediately off of Urza Saga would be fine. Urza Saga's constructs are a little bit weaker here just because of Teferi. And luckily we don't play too many instant speeds. We will see. We will see. Any interest in Sphere of Annihilation in the Karn board? I don't even know what that card does. Artifact enters the battlefield with X void counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile Sphere of Annihilation all creatures and all planeswalkers with mana value less than or equal to the number of void counters. All creatures and planes with mana value less on it. And all creature and planeswalker cards and graveyards. I don't know. Seems like it might be pricey. I'm gonna keep this hand. We have nothing to go after their hand here. But maybe Urza's Sagas will be enough. Play Rack, pass turn. I mean, you normally don't have to kill a lot of creatures. At that point, you almost might as well just play a Oblivion Stone. Since you're getting rid of creatures and planeswalkers. I mean, I guess you have the artifacts and stuff that you don't want to lose. I'm not sure it fits. All right, my opponent wears and tears a rack here. We hit another swamp. I'm going to go ahead and do the double swamp here, then Urza Saga, so I can play Liliana. Bloodchief's Thirst is then castable on turn 4. If my opponent plays something like that. Here's the general, probably. So luckily we can get rid of the general again. Play our Urza Saga down. Triggered ability. Last god. Let's go ahead and get rid of this general. Goodbye, general. After this league, I might have to restart. Seems to be a little bit laggy here. Magic Online's been laggy the last 2-3 days, unfortunately. Sometimes that happens. All right, little Flooded Strand here. I'm almost expecting something like Omnath. If they play Omnath, that's great. We have the Bloodchief's Thirst. We can play another Urza Saga and Uptick. Getting rid of probably the card that I draw. And if they play Teferi, Bloodchief's Thirst gets rid of that too. Steam Vents. White. We actually don't have Karn mana here. They don't have, or sorry, Omnath. They don't have green. White, red. Manamorphose. This would get them their green now. Making blue-green. This looks like Omnath mana. If Omnath is the mana here, I'm going to play Swamp first. Into Blood Chief's Thirst. And not Urza's Saga. Need to work my mana up a little bit here. Raven's Crime is tempting. We can at least ditch the Raven's Crime and hold on to 2 Blood Chief's Thirst here. Because we can cast Raven's Crime from the graveyard. Cast with Kicker. Bam. Goodbye, Omnath. Get out of here. Alright. Opponent's got 3 cards. We have 3 cards. Rack might be in order here with this Urza Saga coming off of its Delio here. If my opponent doesn't play anything too frightening here, we might just get to make a creature as well. Exactly, Last God. Exactly. Rack 'em up. Quick math. 3 and 3. Red mana floated here. Blue mana floated here. Expressive. Card replacing card. I guess they don't reveal. They reveal the exile one. Might have to play bridge here. If I play bridge, maybe I have to go get Teferi taken care of with Pithing Needle. My opponent does have wears and tears. What you got? What you got? What you got? There's a Sun Petal Grove. That was from Exile, maintaining 4 cards currently. Starting to make me want to go ahead and get a Pithing Needle, because I don't know if my bridge is very good. White, green, and a black mana. Abzan plays. Prismatic on Lily. Yes. Prismatic ending on Lily. All right. Let's go ahead. Make a construct here. I think I'm going to go ahead and get that Pithing Needle, since I have now lost my Liliana and my Persistent Pressure. The other thing I could theoretically do here is get Rack. With Rack, I could play Urza Saga and use Raven's Crime to put them to 2 cards. The problem is that I have to kind of hit back-to-back-to-back cards, and if they get anything that draws them a card, like an Omnath or anything, Teferi and other things, it's a problem. I could also get an Expedition map and just wait on this till another day. See what else my opponent gets. Let's do an Expedition map here. Play Urza Saga. Don't do the Raven's Crime and plan to crack Expedition map to get another Urza Saga. Your move, opponent. Got a 2/2 construct. I can always use Blood Chief's Thirst to get rid of a Teferi if they play that. It's a lot of storytelling. We love stories. Sanctifier. It's kind of an interesting one because that gets rid of my Raven's Crime. And now my whole make them discard stuff is not exactly happening. They play a Flooded Strand here too. They're pretty much out of cards. We'll go get a new Urza Saga. Another bridge. I think I'm going to go on the plan of just making a whole bunch of constructs here. I think I can race them and not worry about playing my bridges. I highly doubt I'm going to need to worry about those. And I can get Rack and Nile Spellbomb. Rack will just put pressure on them. They're going to cantrip their Silent Clearing here. Yeah, I think if we just try to beat them down, that's the best course of action here. New Expressive. What's up, Marauder Otter? How is it going on this good Wednesday? Games are much longer with Magic Online lagging. Gives you time to think. You're like, yes. Yes. Good choice. Good choice. Two cards enter the exile. There's a Chalice on one. Okay. That is okay for us. My opponent attacks us for 2. They have only 1 mana open here. Looks like our plan to just go for a bunch of constructs is the correct line here. Let's properly tap this Urza Saga here for mana as well. All right. There we go. Not going to bother casting a Raven's Crime into a Chalice on one, obviously. I think at this point, Pithing Needle is probably just the smartest thing. Pithing Needle naming Teferi so they can't bounce one of these constructs. Other Urza Saga goes up here. We're going to play our other land. We're going to make another token here. Then we'll attack them for 4. And then I'll have 3 tokens. Able to attack them next turn, plus a 4th token, plus another artifact. In we go. 18 to what looks to be 11. Looking to close this one out. We'll see if we can. A Omnath would slow us down a little bit because they'll gain life. Especially if they have a fetch land and choose to fetch on the other turn. 3 mana here. Is it the general? It is the general. Okay. Now what, general? Who would have thought an enchantment land would be a legit win condition? Manamorphose makes a 4/4. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might have to halt the brakes and slap down bridge. We'll see. Makes red and white, meaning I think they've got a Helix. There's an Arid Mesa. Helix me. Prismatic Ending. Prismatic Ending's a construct away. Luckily that wasn't a multicolored spell. It's only white. It's a Mind Stone. Alright. So we make a construct here. Mind Stone's a really good draw here because it's a 2-drop that makes my constructs bigger and gets them around the golem. At At this point, I believe I just get a rack here because rack is threatening lethal here when I attack for 10. And so they will have to block. Oh, we're attacking for 12. Never mind. Not 10, 12. Mind Stone was an extra 2. In we go. In for 12, presenting lethal. If one of these gets through, we're at 5, and they take 2 from the rack. That would put them at 3, and Arid Mason would put them at 1. We have a block and a block here. Looks like we're trading these off. Goodbye, Golem. Goodbye, Sanctifier. Opponent remains at 11 here with the General. Rack Trigger. They do fetch at end step. Down to 8. They cast things to create things. That's fine. Omnath makes a 4/4 and has Omnath now. They play a land. It's kind of weird because the rack will do 3 and they'll gain 4. Expressive Iteration here. Makes another Golem. Manamorphose, that's a good one. Which colors do you want? Red and blue? That's a good choice. Are we making another? Oh, we're making another Golem. Okay. So now we need like Liliana and Bridge or something like that. Oh, and they have a Windswept Heath now. Oh, choosing not to go up to 16. Goes to 11 instead, wanting to play this last card. Plays a Wrenn and 6. Wrenn and 6 is awful for us. We may have just lost because of that. The Wrenn and 6 continuously picks up lands, and we can't ever get rack to work here. What a turn. What a turn. Karn the Great Creator might give us an out. 1, 2, 3. I'm not attacking here because we're very much dead in many other ways. We're going to bridge, and then we're going to Bloodchief and Ravencrime. Actually, no, I need to do something here. I think our Raven's Crime, even though this gets countered, I don't Bloodchiefs though here. Because what I can do is Karn, Uptick Chalice, Bloodchief the Wrenn and 6. And then we can play a second bridge, and then we can kind of go from there. Yeah, the Omnath's going to make the race exceptionally hard here, especially with Wrenn and 6 constantly picking things up. I don't have another Pithy Needle to shut off the Wrenn and 6, but I do have a Liquid Metal Coating if I wanted to. Another Windswept Heath. Back up to 14. We're just making this a challenge. 8 minutes on the clock versus 11, while Magic Online slows us to a halt. We do have Damnation somewhere in here. Wrenn and 6 ticks up here. Keeping in mind that Teferi is taken care of, so they need another Wear and Tear type of effect. I'll need to get the second bridge in very, very soon. If I don't want to kill the Wrenn and 6 immediately, I could run Karn downtick and go get a Welding Jar, but I think it's better to uptick here and get rid of the Wrenn and 6, because if I downtick, they could have like a Helix. My opponent gets rid of the rack with a what appears to be Prismatic. Yeah, another Prismatic. All right, we hit a land. One, two, three, 4. Karn. Uptick on the Chalice. Kill the Wrenn and 6. Yep, that's what we're doing, Salmon Graham. That's what we're doing. We're trying to. I'm actually going to hold the land here in case I top deck another land. We can start taking care of cards in their hand. Being at 2 cards in hand really is totally fine here. And we have plenty of constructs to at least block a few things, making their attack a little awkward. So the race is on. Karn at 6. Opponent's got 3 cards. 7 minutes to 10. Fetch land. Opponent's going back up to 17. Like I said, the race is on. There's a Thoughtseize. Let's start there. You can see what the heck's going on over here in my opponent's hand. We have a General and a Hallowed Fountain. All right, so I can actually empty their hand here, which I believe I want to do. Even though that's a castle, I don't really want to take damage. Here, I'm going to go get... I want to get a liquid metal coating, but I think what I'm going to do is going to get a welding jar. I believe I have one of those. I could also get racks. I could also kill the Omnath. They haven't used the prismatic ending and stuff. Let's go ahead and get a rack. We'll get the rack from exile. They're empty-handed here. If we top deck Liliana, this makes it really, really awkward for them. And Karn should be healthy here. If they were to magically kill my bridge here, I have the second bridge. I probably want to try to play that sooner than later. My opponent's fetching to gain another 4. If they don't play the card here, I might have to go get this scepter thing. Start using that. Opponent's not interested. All right, I don't have to get the scepter yet, but I may want to. I'm gonna go get a scepter. We'll activate the scepter, making my opponent discard the card. This will keep Rack online. Kozilek. Okay. I'm going to hold the cards here. I can use Raven's Crime, or I can use the Scepter now. We'll probably try to use Karn up 1 here. I may have to take a turn to go ahead and play another bridge. I'm a little scared to commit a second bridge to the board. It was just a land from my opponent. We're good to probably uptick Karn here. They were very, very close to casting that. You are not wrong. Let's go ahead and go up. I'm going to just simply pass the turn. I don't know what I want to do with this Karn other than get another Rack. If I don't get Rack, maybe I get the thing that kills the Omnath here. After all, I've got them at 0 cards. Maybe it's just another Rack and maybe play the bridge. I don't know. New Omnath. This does draw them a card, makes them a 4/4 red and white golem artifact token. Urza Saga has settled down. Opponent draws a card. They know they have to play the card, or it just gets taken away. Expressive's a good card here. New Omnath, same as the old one. Yep. I guess it's time to get a second Rack here. It may be also important for me to play a bridge, hoping that my opponent doesn't have a way to board wipe bridges. Engineered Explosives doesn't do this. The Manamorphose. That replaces the card in their hand as well. Oh my gosh, stop it. I don't think they have a way to hit multiples either, which is making me think I need to go ahead and play the extra bridge now. More blue and more red. We play a land here. Gains 4 life. Fetching. This doesn't make me feel good at all. 5 minutes on my opponent's clock, 7 minutes on ours. Long, long game here. Hallowed Fountain. Teferi does not scare me right now. Infinite mana from Omnath. Big Teferi. Okay, this will be interesting to see what they do with Big Teferi here. What are they going to bounce? Or are they going to draw a card? This would give me a reason to go get Liquid Metal Coating. They do draw a card, so I can get rid of the card and Liquid Metal Coating the Teferi away. They do not get through the bridge, and I'll play the other bridge as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I can do everything. Stop! What are you doing now, opponent? 4 mana Omnath colors. Prismatic Ending on Karn the Great Creator here. It's a bummer. Okay. Okay, this makes me want to go ahead and pop Mind Stone here. Oops. Do I? Why didn't they hit bridge? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I don't know. Maybe I don't pop the Mind Stone here. I'm going to pop the Mind Stone. I have no fear. I'm not making them discard a card now. Inquisition's bad. Maybe they think they're going to next turn because they have Teferi, and they'll hit me with a bigger board, and now I'll play another bridge. Two Inquisitions aren't the greatest here. We'll hold for the moment, though. I can always Inquisition myself. Bloodchief's Thirst would be an excellent draw. We'll have 6 here. I can't activate this on their turn. What are we in? We're up a game here. My opponent has to beat me in 4 minutes and then beat me again. This game's going to time. There's a land. My opponent gains life. Uptick draws. Plays a Wrenn in 6, which means they get another land, but I make them discard the land every turn. I'm really afraid of losing this because Magic Online's being really, really slow. Bridge is doing bridge things. My opponent does kind of pick up 2 cards every turn, though, because of Wrenn in 6 and Teferi. So the rack probably doesn't win this unless I find a second rack here. I'm going to hold the land. I know this allows them to attack me for 3 here. I'm not afraid of being attacked for 3. I want a land for Raven's Crime. How do we stop the Teferi ult? Another Karn Liquid Metal Coating and Liquid Metal Coating on Teferi or Bloodchief's Thirst. As kind of previously mentioned as well, it's probably going to just go to time. 3 minutes to do win this game, win next game. Teferi's up. Plays a land, gains life. I'm going to narrate what it is because I have to F6 because of the way Magic Online's playing. That's a lot more mana than normal. Chalice on 3, that's fine. My out is not on 3, my out's on 4 and 2 and 1. I would probably put Chalice on 4 knowing that I can play Karn and Uptick on the Chalice. Yeah, I'm F6ing and letting Magic Online kind of stumble through these. But Karn is our out. I make them discard every turn if they don't play things, keeping Wrenn in 6 in check against my rack. Every land they play, though, undoes the rack. Although they are running out of lands if they play a land every turn. Second rack here is nice. Didn't mean to play that land. And we'll pass turn. Needed that land for the Raven's Crime because Inquisitions may not hit everything. F16 through this turn, 2 minutes on my opponent's clock, 5.5 on mine. Opponent's fetching with Scalding Tarn. They can gain 8 every turn. I can do 6 to them. You almost could say I could use my Nile Spell Bomb here. This is bad? I don't think so. I'm winning on time, and I still think I could win this game with the correct top deck here. To running Bloodchief's Thirst, Karn into Bloodchief's Thirst would all work. One bridge just disappeared. To what? Oh, they bounced it. They bounced it with Teferi. Like, what? Grayus, the client's been laggy since I got on. Are we just playing a second Teferi here? No, they Prismatic Ending another bridge here, using 4 colors to do it. Now my opponent attacks me with everything. We'll triple block Omnath for the good measures. For the good measures. All right, my opponent's got 1 minute to beat us here in the final game. I'm afraid to relog in between, but I'm gonna go for it. We have no changes. We're gonna relog here. We'll be right back. We're back. I have a minute left. The client seems to be acting correct, and we'll submit. All right, my opponent's got 50 seconds or something to beat me. Let's play first. I will keep this because it deals with a lot of problematic cards here. We're just gonna Raven's Crime. Look at the speed of Magic Online now. Woo! Opponent discards a forest. Have I ever done the thing where you take really cheap food and then add nice ingredients to make it less cheap? No. I have not. Can't say I have. 40 seconds for my opponent. An Alpine Moon. That's nifty. Shame I don't have any Urza's Sagas. I'm not going to go crazy Raven's Crimes here. I'm just going to play a Mind Stone. Looks like my opponent skips their turn because, you know, Magic Online things, trying to save time. Let's go ahead and slap down a bridge here and pass turn. 30 seconds for my opponent to beat us. All right. My opponent has finally played something here on turn 4. I guess they just wanted the Alpine Moon. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. I'll take Lightning Helix, I suppose. Let's go ahead and Raven's Crime them. Pass turn. 10 seconds. Yeah, I have Last God. Whatever's in my fridge is a meal. You are correct. All right. We get the game there. That last one was more just like, hey, you got a minute. That does put us at 3-1. Uncle DB says we're going to go 3-2. What do we think? Are we going to? Are we going to? What's up, Hippopotamus? Is it my birthday? What's up, Shadowbolt? Positive record has been established. We thought about running this list again, Shadowbolt, and we're running this list again. What is that thing? Is that like sausages? Oh, bangers and mash. Got it, Pete. Got it. Let's begin. Opponent's 2-0, we're 3-1. Let's do some dream crushing here. Hand looks okay against creatures. We'll try it. They have Ragavan as their monkey crazy avatar. Oh no. Rack 'em. What decks did we play against? Who's been here the whole time and can list the lists we've played against? There's a Triumph. Yeah, 4-color pile. What else have we played against? It's all blur. It is all a blur. What is this? Okay. I don't remember. Oh, we played against Lantern. We played against Blue-Red Murktide. There goes Rack. There goes Rack. Let's play a Liliana here. Uptick, and let's get rid of the Mind Stone. We don't need that anymore. Holding Bridge, because this looks like another 4-color pile. I wasn't there, but it was 1-color, 2-color, 3-color, 4-color. Red fish, blue fish, green fish, purple fish. Prismatic, getting rid of Liliana. Rude. Rude. We'll just replay Liliana. We'll go up here, getting rid of 1 bridge, and slap down another Rack, I think. Passing turn. Opponent gets rid of a Ren and 6, a little bit of an unusual thing to get rid of in the face of a Liliana and Rack list, but maybe they've just got the bonkers. We have a backup. Oh, they have a backup too. They play that backup. 3 cards. Go up here. Let's get rid of the swamp. Let's play bridge down and pass the turn with a dismember open. Rack is online. Not by much, though. Opponent's going to draw and uptick with the Ren and 6. They do take a point every time if they want to do that with a Flooded Strand, though. So, kind of like Rack gets a little in there. There's Omnath. All right. Let them draw their card. Fetch land. Can't do anything with this anyway. I just realized there's a Teferi over there. We'll hit F6. I was like, I got this. No problem. Never mind. Bring to light here, which means we're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, I'm not dead yet. Oh, I'm almost dead. Valky. Exile Rack. They don't even care. This Dismember's bad. Bloodchief's Thirst off the top. Liliana the Veil and a Misty. My opponent's going to play a Liliana the Veil, an uptick. Never mind, they're going to kill my Liliana. Alright. I'm going to concede. I think we're a little... just a little behind. Just a little bit. Alright. Planeswalker Tribal. I really don't have anything for this, do I? I need like a second Pithy Needle to bring in. I need like a second Pithy Needle. All right. This one feels like it's going to be a tough one. This would be great to have a little bit of a red splash for a little bit of Blood Moon. But otherwise, you almost need more Pithy Needles to bring in. Or Spyglasses. I guess Pithy Needle because you're playing Urza Saga. Yeah. My new build, I took out Capsule for Spyglass. I would do second Needle. No. We need more hand disruption. Keep, put back map. Turn 1, Thoughtseize. Racket Needle. Hope. Pray. Help. How bad are we? BTL and a Force of Vigor. Windswept and a Flooded Strand. I'm going to take the Force of Vigor. And maybe I'll just put Needle on one of these lands and hope we can like wreck them before it happens. I don't know. All right, Urza Saga here. We'll play a Rack. Do I play this Pithy Needle? Yeah, let's do it. Fetches, obviously. Do I name Flooded Strand? I really want to name this Flooded Strand. That would be hilarious to name this Flooded Strand. We're going to slow my opponent down. Flooded Strand. Got him. We're going to slow him down and try to get him with the Sagas fast enough. We're not going to clear the hand for the Rack. The Rack is simply there to increase the constructs. You just mentioned splashing for Moon. If you could splash any color, which would you prefer? I was thinking about adding white. I always splash red because I like Blood Moon. Is it correct? No. Would white make sense with Prismatic Ending and like a Kaya in this meta? Probably, because you have a lot of 1-drops. And it would be ways to get rid of some of those problematic cards. Kaya wouldn't be a bad splash. Prismatic Ending. You could even build a Stoneforge package to be less on the Rack. You could possibly do blue and do some really weird things. Maybe even play kind of a Urza. Maybe not but Urza could attach into this, which makes another construct. You don't want to go too high here because of Urza Saga. And I know that everybody would go Blood Moon plus Urza Saga's a non-bow, and I'm okay with that. I I really am. Anyway, I think I would just want to do red. I mean, honestly, I would probably do red and play Lightning Skelementals, Thunderkins, and this package. And maybe ditch Karn. That'd be kind of interesting. You fat fingered your back key on the mouse? Oh, that backs you up in the browser? We're currently sitting here waiting for rack to resolve. I think Liliana and Chandra is just as strong as Jace to Fairy when you do 2 Planeswalkers out. And is something to consider. Valakut's played, all right. Do I play this? I think I play this. Just hope they don't have like Alpine Moon or something. Join the A-Rack Discord if I'm interested. If you hit @ and Fluffy Wolf 2, you'll see I'm probably already there. I'm in about 20 modern Discords. I talk in almost none of them. The most active I'm in is Evan's. Not even my own. My own's a close second, though. I post pictures of Dyson Sphere program and Minecraft in my own. Is this a good idea for those Magic content people? No. Did you sub expecting something else? Shame on you. Isn't lining the sagas up that way costing you a construct? Yes. Yes. But it will have a extra artifact out faster, making my construct larger. And my other construct will get to attack a turn before that happens, right? I don't know. Is it right? Probably wrong. Oh, you're saying for the other people? Them other folk? There's other people here? And then you hit instances like this, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. Because I'm trying to stop the Bring to Light here. Now I don't want to attack. Karn, the great creator, to go get a liquid metal coating. Swing 4 pass turn. We got the expedition map so that I can get back up to 4. We're probably going to just start activating Karn on the rack just to attack with it. I got a liquid metal coating because I'm trying to avoid Bring to Light showing up here. Liquid metal coating plus Karn here can kill lands and prevent that from ever being a problem. Opponent concedes because of it. I promise you it's because of it. Yeah. All right. Can we do it again? No. Will we submit the same list? Yes. Are we going to lose? Probably. Why? Opponent's going first, and they have Valky. What are these cards? They're Magic the Gathering cards. They're played in the game of Magic the Gathering. I'm going to mulligan this hand. One lander's not getting us there. If one lander's not getting us there, this one might. Let's mulligan this. Well, I didn't plan to just lose because I don't draw lands, but, you know, 21 cards, 1 land so far. Aha! We'll keep. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Ah, shoot. I gotta get rid of one more. Four cards. Can we do it? Final game funds. Yeah. It happens like that sometimes. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize away the Renin 6 that they're relying on here to get past where they're at. Oh! Ugh. All right, we got to beat some Bring to Lights here. We're gonna do it. Believe, chat. Just a pair of Bring to Lights. Maybe I can get Lost Legacy named Bring to Light. It's a possibility. We might also just like Ravenscry them to death here. Choosing to do the Urza Saga, but probably we'll play Urborg and see what we do. We might double down on Raven's Crimes or something, because they're clearly going to Bring to Light. If I had a land here, I might just do that. I hit an Urborg. Now I feel like I must do it. Who needs constructs? Got rid of both Bring to Lights. All right, you got Sacred Foundry and 2 unknowns. They're pitching them. Discard spell. Come on. That'll work. So say okay to this. We're all in. We're racking them. We're racking them. We're going to just flood out. I need some flood emotes in chat. We didn't get Pithy Needle for Valky. We don't care. We rack them. We need flood. Only flood. Misty Rainforest pitched. Here we go. Damage. Rack. Urza Saga's the only thing I'll play because it can get me a new rack. Oh gosh, they got Teferi. It's game over. We lose. What's up, Rack? Oh, they played a land. Land. It's like a land. It's called Raven's Crime in hand. That was like flooding out in the reverse. It's the other lands in the deck. Do you have an interaction for this one rack? Should I have Raven's Crimed first? I probably should have. Force of Vigor. Oh, I slapped them. I slapped them, put the artifact out, and then get them with a Raven's Crime. The best feeling ever. I don't know if I'll play an Urza Saga now. Urza Saga into a Liliana would probably be the best 2 draws if I don't flood out. My opponent is in shock. They can't believe it. They don't even want to go to their draw step. I slapped the rack down, then Raven's Crime them. They cannot believe they're losing to this scrub, this noob. They want to flame me, but their keyboard is broken from bashing it in with all their anger and hate. Don't be like them. Are we going to play this card? Oh, don't be Omnath. I don't know if I like Dryad either. All right. I could hold Swamp here. I'm going to make it look like I drew something that's like, can't do this. Because that gives me a way to make them discard if they hold a card here. And they do. And if I get Liliana here, I could play Liliana. Ah, shoot. I got Bridge. I'm not winning the long game. I'm not winning the long game. Crime them. Discard that card. Get it out of here. It was a forest. Take 3. Down to 7. Can't fetch. They'll go to 6 and it'll be a 2-turn clock. Are they going to bounce with Teferi? Probably. That'll draw them an extra card. Maybe they want to go one more time up with Teferi. Nope, they bounce immediately here. Holding 2 cards. Plays a Valakut, which hurts. Like big ouchie. Oh no. Ren in 6. That's big ouchie too. Okay. One card in hand. Land. Or crime. Okay. Rack 'em. This game's getting weirder and weirder. Pithy Needle. Flood Strain cracked here. Name Ren in 6. One land in hand. Mull to 4 by the... I mean, I just hit the Ren in 6, obviously. I can't hit the Flooded Strand because then they just Ren in 6 pick up any of these other cards down here, and I cry. Opponent's at 5. Land in hand. Unknown card. This is a lot closer than it should be. Oh. I just died. I just died. I just died. There's a fetch land. Oh. No. We did. We did it dead. That was so close too. I think we picked the right line to go for the rack too with the Raven's Crime with what we had. 3-2 overall. Opponent gets the Dryad down, eventually gets the Ren in 6 going, and gets a double Valakut at some point picking it up. We did pick up the Liliana. Then I would have hit a land. Been able to kill this. That made them discard. We would have hit a land after the Raven's Crime. Or sorry, land after the Liliana. So we play Liliana uptick and then we'd Raven Crime plus uptick. Oh, it was close. It was close, but it came out to be 3-2, just like Uncle DB predicted. I don't even know why we play Magic anymore. If we've got a fortune teller here that's learned the ways of predicting cards off the top and can just tell us the match results, we could just tune in for 5-10 minutes. Uncle DB will tell you the record with the list and we'll upload to YouTube next time. Either way, though. Black, Rack, Urza, Saga, Prison, Liliana list here in Modern. I like it. I do. I've had a positive record. We've gone 4-1 and 3-2 with the list overall. And it really is, it's fun. I agree with Shadowbolt. Shadowbolt said a few things about making a few changes based on what your meta is. The capsule came in handy for us. They've switched out for a Pithy Needle. Torp Orb's pretty good. Do you need as many Leyline of the Voids? We brought it in against the Darcy Murktide list, and we ended up winning. Maybe not always necessary. You could maybe trim those if you're starting to see something else. Although, because Rack is trying to make you discard a lot of cards, it's typical for the Leyline of the Voids to be there. It's a sweet list. I like it. Should we run it again? Maybe.